Shakur Stevenson calls out Teofimo Lopez to a fight after his win over William Zepeda, but will the fight happen? In this video, that is what I am going to break down. Let's jump right into it. Shakur Stevenson took to his social media and he says, "I seen you say you want to fight me." Tagged him. Teofimo Lopez. What's stopping it from happening next? And this ain't no bluff. Let's make boxing great again, Lil Teo, right? So I debated on making this video, but there's not too much else going on in boxing. So today I got time, cuh. I got time today, cuh. I had some time to make this video. My thing is this. This is why I debated making this video. Gen Z is chopped. These new fighters, it's like every other day, they keep talking about who they want to fight, who they want next, and then it rarely, if ever, happens. That is my biggest issue here. Back in the day, like the previous generation, you had fighters who were calling people out, but oftentimes it made more sense. Like I remember Sean Porter when Danny Garcia knocked out, I want to say Brandon Rios. Sean Porter and his dad, Kenny Porter, got in the ring and they started barking and they started trying to press Danny Garcia and said, "We want you next." The fight happened after that moment. Look it up. I remember when Floyd Mayweather came back out of retirement, easily beat Juan Manuel Marquez, who was considered the best lightweight in the world, and Shane Mosley got in the ring and started barking on Floyd, like, "I just want to fight you, blah, blah, blah." And then Floyd was like, Shane Mosley, don't disrespect me. It's my time. I just won. This ain't your fight. Don't disrespect me, Shane. Right? Hard work, dedication, like I said before. Right? And Shane Mosley, the little antics popping in the ring, he beat Margarito, who tried to cheat him, and then he fought Floyd Mayweather. So these call-outs of the past, they just seem to make more sense, and there was like a greater chance that it would happen. Now boxing is very fragmented. You got Jake Paul. He's kind of doing what he's doing, signing who he can sign, doing his own cards. You got Turkey, who's coming in, doing some fights in Saudi Arabia, some in America, doing what he wants, and, you know, kind of he has his own agenda, we'll say. Then you got PBC, you got Top Rank, and you got all these different promoters, and everybody is like every man for himself type of thing. So it's fragmented. Teofimo, he's owed. His situation's weird. I think he was working with Turkey, but he still owes Top Rank money. So he's still technically signed to Top Rank as well. So that's a lot of hands in your pocket. Then you got Shakur Stevenson, who did I want to say 2 or 3 fight deal with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Promotions. And he's still tethered to Eddie Hearn unless the Zepeda fight made him a free agent. But either way, will him and Teo happen? So that's why I debated making this video, because it's all speculation. These fighters, a lot of them aren't big brands. And I'm not talking about being a good fighter. You could be a good fighter all day. Doesn't mean you're a big brand, right? But a lot of them aren't big brands. They don't know how to sell themselves as far as personalities and brands. They lack kind of charisma. And then you have people like Teo, who you could say he has some charisma, but he ends up negating that. He'll have a good performance, and then all that good sweat equity that he garnered in a Josh Taylor performance, it'll be squandered because he'll start acting weird, saying he's retired and talking about black people. You know what I mean? Or he'll beat Arnold Barbosa, great performance, you know, look pretty sharp. Then he'll start talking about black people or dissing Turkey, and then making fun of Turkey and call me Mohammed, ha ha ha. And then now Turkey, that creates another angle. Is Turkey willing to work with Teofimo when he's playing all these games? Because he did an interview with TBV and he made it sound like that he's not working with Teofimo on a Hitchens fight, and he's not working with people who openly disrespect his country or his religion. So now it's a shot in the dark. So again, it sounds good, but I can't really get too vested in a fight with Shakur and Teofimo when they're not in charge of the money. They don't have a network. They don't have a network deal. So it's like you guys can call each other out. Turkey seems very specific as to what he wants. For example, WBO, a sanctioning body, ordered a fight, meaning a champion to keep their belt. Champion Alexander Usyk he has like 30 days to negotiate a Joseph Parker fight. Then immediately after that was announced and reported, you had Ring and Turkey who sent the word to Ring to put out a message that Sella and Turkey's company Ring, they don't want any parts of that fight with Usyk and Joseph Parker. So boxing right now is very fragmented and it looks very weird. So who knows with Turkey doing all this no Tom and Jerry fights. Shakur, he did fight in a fashion that people liked, but he also said he has to go back to boxing because he hurt his hands and he took more punishment than he's used to taking. And it wouldn't be wise to fight someone who, in my opinion, a guy like Teofimo is a sharp fighter. He's a bigger puncher. You don't want to fight him like Zepeda, who fights one-dimensionally, kind of like a zombie. So I don't really know that this fight will happen, so I'm going to wrap this video up. I will say it does look bad. Like I said, for Shakur, I guarantee you if he fought Teofimo, he's not going to fight Teofimo how he fought against Zepeda. So why do that just to appease people for one fight? And then they're going to be criticizing you again. So you took more punishment than you're used to taking, trying to please people. And then now what? Now you got to revert back to the style that they're going to continue to criticize. The other issue with Shakur is he just did an interview saying that he wants to stay at lightweight and become a historic lightweight, all-time great lightweight. But then now he's calling out Teofimo, who's a champion at 140, meaning Teo can't make 135 anymore. You would have to move up. So you're calling out Conor Benn and you're calling out Teofimo, which you would at least have to fight him at 140. Why are you calling out 140 pounders and 147 pounders if you're Shakur, but then in the same breath doing interviews talking about you want to stay at lightweight? So the game right now looks very goofy, and that is my time and that is my take. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new, but even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast.